So Henry Mancini once said, "Creativity takes courage." And Pablo Picasso once said, "Every child is an artist. The problem is how to remain an artist once we grow up." With that in mind, many people find various medias to work in with their art. Some choose music, some choose film, some choose artist drawings or paintings, or a plethora of in between. But with the wide plethora of just the music we have, people are trying to innovate and find new ways and new styles and forms of music. And you have people like John Cage who are trying to bend the rules and see what makes a song and try to find these new, unique, and quote-unquote original.
I like the shameless plug.
Original pieces. But is original art good? Well, today we're asking the question, can art be truly unique? I'm your host, Kiosk, and I'm joined by my venturous Casanova.
I need food.
Yo. So can art be truly unique?
I think, that's a hard one. I'm kind of on the fence with that one. I'm somewhere kind of in between. I'm not really 100% sure either way yet. So I'm going to see more after we talk about it. And then for the final decision, I think I might have a decision. So I think I'm going to hold off on giving a definite answer on that.
I think art can be truly unique, but I think that often makes it not acceptable, I guess is the best way to put it. So like if your art is really, really unique, I think it off-puts a lot of people.
I agree with that statement.
Like if like I make a song or something like that, and like the song is just me doing like taking the trick I showed you where you take the guitar for that technique you take a guitar slide and you kind of go around and use these weird notes. If I release a track of that, I don't think a lot of people most people say that's pretty unique, right? But I don't think a lot of people would be jamming to that in their car.
Probably not, no.
And that's like John Cage is a great example because like his music's pretty out there. Like he has a song called "As Slow as Possible," and it's literally just what would normally be a normal piece of music played as slow as possible. It's currently being performed right now, and it's not set to. It's literally only in like the second measure, and it's set to continuously be played. The song's gonna last about 800 years because of how slow they're playing the song. Most songs are written at like 120 BPM. Some even slow songs are usually 80, 60. Really, really slow songs are like 40. And those songs, like the title for a lot of those and stuff, is like Largo and like these French words or Latin words to be more exact. A lot of music you have Latin words that indicate like tempo and style and stuff, and it's like just deathly, gravely, very slow, and that's at 40 beats per minute. This song's being performed at like 1 BPM every other month, and I think it might even be slower than that. Like it's it's really slow.
Slower than traffic on an LA freeway.
It legitimately is. So I think from that, I think we can say that art can be truly unique. Just when that happens, it's not widely accepted.
I can see some reasoning in that. Yeah, I think I, for the most part, agree with that. Have you come across any really unique pieces of art that there's really nothing like that you truly enjoy?
Have you heard of Andy Warhol?
Yeah, no, that is a fair point, actually. He did the one, didn't he do a painting of the can of soup, wasn't it?
Yeah, which at first thought that's not original, but at the same time it's very original.
I can't think of too many paintings of cans of soup.
Oh, well, it's original because it was a statement on society and all that, yada, 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 yada. Basically, it was him just saying, I paint what I want, and you can't tell me what to do.
Yeah.
This is basically what I got out of it. Now, people are still debating what's the true meaning. Heck, even the Mona Lisa. The Mona Lisa, which has been analyzed, and everyone can recognize it, that to this day is still being argued about if she really is smiling or frowning.
To me, it's a smile. It's a light smile, but a smile nevertheless.
To me, it's a frown. She's looking into my soul and saying, I hate you.
No, I don't get that.
The sky blackens, and I see her getting too close with my mommy.
I come home, my best friend and my oh wait, that's different episode, different channel, never mind.
Mona Lisa's making my mom. But so within that, do you think that like there are any? Do you think that? And when most people say that can art be truly unique? They talk about like can art. Like, because you know a little about music, you know how music only has actually like 12 notes and then it's repeat or whatever.
Yes.
And so unless you get into some of the foreign types of music or whatever, and even if you get into foreign types of music, don't you get to the point where someone had to done at least something similar to it?
I feel like at this point in time, yeah, there's not a lot out there that there's not something at least somewhat similar to it.
I'm gonna write a love song. No, there's already love songs out there. I'm gonna write a song about me walking in on my best friend doing someone's mom.
Sorry.
Sorry, done.
Yeah, Dead Bear Society already did a video on that. Well, actually, no, that's not going to go. Yeah, they're a different channel.
But there's other people who've done that. But, you do a song and you're going to do one and you're going to call it something real original. Like, Don't Stop Believing. Wait, people have already done that. There's actually a lot of songs where,
You could even call your song Glycerine, and it still wouldn't be original.
No. And, like, you'd be like, oh, I'm going to write a song. And even if you're really advanced in music and you're like me and you're like, I'm only going to write songs with minor, suspended fourth chords. That already exists. In fact, that's not even that weird. Like the way there's just so
I'm gonna
much.
write a song using a toaster.
That's been done. I've seen it. I'll show you a clip.
Oh my god.
I'll leave a link down below.
Just when you thought maybe you could be original, no. All your hopes and dreams.
There's this very popular YouTuber called, and we've talked about him a bunch here. Andrew Wong. He takes stuff and he takes like just random things. He clicks a bunch of sounds and he uses them to make songs. Like he was hired for Greyhound bus, and he went through and he would just like punching pillows and stuff on the Greyhound or hitting the metal or whatever just to get these sounds, and he collected them on a sound recorder, and then he uses those sounds and he made it full on track, and then he freestyled over the top of it, and he made a song with just his voice and the thing. Like he just recently did one where he did with school objects. This company that he works with a lot said we were going to challenge you this time, and he just dropped it in the middle of the classroom, and he could only make stuff with sounds in the classroom. So, and he couldn't sing or nothing. If he wanted like a clap sound, he couldn't just clap his hands. He had to hit like stuff in the room together to make the clap sound, and like a bass drum. And it was like a kindergarten class, and he did that. And he was able to make a full-on song with just seemingly random objects. Heck, he went on Good Mythical Morning? Yeah. And he went through and he just made sounds with the stuff off their set. But none of the guitars, he took like a lizard and was scraping it, and he actually didn't make most of the sounds. It was just the ones that were collected from Rhett and Link making sounds. So at that point, can anything be unique?
It's hard for me to say anything really can.
So I think in theory it could. Do you think music has to be unique to be good though?
No, I think it needs to be slightly different than some other things, but not entirely unique. Just slight differences to make it more your own and to show more of yourself in your music, but not too much to where it's like almost an unrecognizable piece or it doesn't sound like music.
So this is a debated topic a little bit, not so much, but if, say, I redrew the Mona Lisa, is that plagiarism?
I don't know the legality behind that. I believe technically it might be, but I don't.
Legally, kind of not.
I don't know the legality.
If I redraw it and say it's from Mona Lisa, then yes, that's forgery. But if I redraw Mona Lisa, like if I redraw something, I have legal rights to it. Like if I go and I redraw, say, Mickey Mouse, I can, and it's legally fine. But there are some differentiating things because you can have likeness and stuff like that that's copyrighted, which gets real busy because all the laws regarding that stuff gets real with fair use and all that street rules. But technically, if you take a picture or you draw something, you have the legal rights to it.
Interesting.
So I could draw Mona Lisa. There's a couple of very famous. Technically, the Mona Lisa is in. And the reason why I picked Mona Lisa is because it's actually in public domain.
Huh.
I can go and I can print off T-shirts with the Mona Lisa on them and sell them. It's in public domain.
New merch coming soon. Mona Lisa t-shirts.
That's not a bad idea, actually.
I know, I'd actually kind of wear one.
We might have some album art with that on there, actually.
It'd be kind of amusing. Have you ever heard an extremely bad original piece?
Yes, I've written plenty of songs that were awful. A lot. That's awful. And most people do.
I mean, basically anything Nickelback, right?
Oh yeah, I used to write for them all the time. Back when I was 2 months old. No, but another really interesting thing with that is simplicity, because most things that are simple in art have already been done or said some way, and a lot of people feel like. Have you ever heard, we've talked about this in previous episodes. Have you ever heard about there's only 7 stories?
Yeah, we've talked about this a little bit in the past.
Well, with that, if everything falls into these 7 stories, is it really unique?
Not necessarily, no.
But it is. But it isn't. But it is.
Well, it can be different in its own way from those, but it still has roots there to where it's not completely. It's got some unique qualities, but it's not completely unique, I guess I should add.
Well, with a lot of what's happening nowadays, you get what people are referred to as hipsters. People that they're only into stuff that's like real unique. They only listen to music that's not mainstream, and they only listen to stuff on what would be considered unique, not necessarily original, but they only listen to vinyl, but not because they like vinyl, but because it's just not mainstream. What do you think of that kind of people, or what they kind of think with that?
I don't know. I personally do like stuff that's kind of different. I do like doing stuff that's a bit different than the mainstream, but I could see there is some attraction to stuff that's not the norm, that's a bit on the different side.
Like Dead Beer Society.
Yeah, not your average everyday podcast.
Yeah.
Boom, there's our slogan right there. Job's done.
But like with that, like personally with me, I just go with whatever I like. If it's a mainstream, then fine.
Oh yeah, I'm the same way.
Like, I totally watch freaking Marvel movies because I like them. Yes, they're very, very, very mainstream. Although some of them, I think, have gone down in quality a little bit, personally. Although, the new Spider-Man was great. Have you seen it?
No, but I've heard really good things about it.
I mean, I wasn't too thrilled about it. I mean, like, I didn't walk out saying this is the best movie of all time. But it was fun. It was still really good. I just seen so many Spider-Man movies, I guess. I just kind of lost track of it. And the plot twists both seem, there's a plot twist in it, but I won't spoil it. It seemed like really, really predictable. But they did twist it a little more. Like, I figured something like that was gonna happen, but the way they did it was just a little different than what I thought.
I like triple plot twists personally.
Oh, you like a M. Night Shyamalan?
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever seen? I can't think of the name of this movie. I think it's called like The Wood. Have you seen the one? Have you seen a lot of them? Those movies?
I don't think
M.
so.
Night Shyamalan. Have you seen the one where it's like a town that's in the olden days and they have like these monsters?
I don't believe so now.
Oh, that one's spoiler alert for a movie I can't name. But like in this thing, it's like them in the olden days, and they're trying to do this, and there's like these spiritual and they can't leave like this ring of society. And at night, like these weird looking like monsters come on, and like they'll attack people outside, and like it's all this thing, and they're like there's all these society of people, and they're like, the elders have said that they came to agreement that as long as they stay within their borders, they'll be left alone and not attacked or whatever. And like,
basically the first Star Wars. I'm joking.
He hadn't seen the Star Wars. But it's kind of this whole idea or whatever, and like it's just all this ancient society or whatever, and like you're like, what's going on here? And like the plot twist is it's in modern day.
Interesting.
So what happened is some of the elders, as they're referred to as, they went off and lived on a wildlife reserve, and they just lived like in the early 17th century, away from modern society.
Touching on a good Marvel movie, just something came to mind. Doctor Strange. It's pretty good.
It was pretty good. I didn't love it though.
I didn't love it, but to me it wasn't bad. Like, to me it's pretty good. It was amusing.
It was great. Like
the one newer Thor where it's almost comedic.
The Ragnarok.
I
haven't seen it yet, but I've heard a lot of good things.
One. Yeah, whatever. I forget because there's a couple newer ones. Yeah, it was pretty amusing just to watch.
I really like. I haven't seen the new one, but I'm pretty sure I'll like it because I do like stuff that's funny. And I do like when people take the source material and change it.
Or the Green Hornet. That's a good one too.
Oh, that's a great one. I really like that one because it was purposely like.
Oh, amusing. Yeah.
But one that I really liked. Crap, I forgot. When you interrupted me, I thought I lost my train of thought. Some people don't like this, but when people will take like the source material and they take it and they don't try to do it because they know that they won't come across the same way, and they take it and they just go a completely different way with it. I often find that that's amusing when they take it just to the far extreme.
I think it can be cool because it's gonna be a little bit different than what you normally see. It's gonna be different
no matter what, yeah. So when they take it to the far extreme, I think is usually the best way to go about it because so the delivery is better. And it's not held up on the same status. So like the original story of Ragnarok, for the comic, it's super serious. It's like Batman freaking cutting himself. Just imagine an onion cutting themselves.
Dang.
So like Bruce Banner, the Hulk, he decides to distance himself from society because he thinks that he's too damaging because he can't kill himself. Like he tries to put a bullet in his mouth and he tries to kill himself and he can't.
Well, sucks for him, I guess.
Every time he does, as put, I think in both the movies and the comic books, I put a gun in my head, I pull the trigger, hoping to finally get that relief, and the green guy spits the bullet back out and tells me no, right?
As you try jumping off of anything.
If he does.
What about drowning?
Again, the green guy will just. But anyway, as I was saying.
Just curious. I mean,
no,
I don't feel like he's
practically immortal. But so he decides that he's just gonna go off and he's gonna get on a
new
spaceship.
Movie, Hulk versus Superman.
On a spaceship, and he's just gonna get sent off to this planet. Well, this planet actually tends to be inhabited, but all the people there are just as powerful as the Hulk. So he's basically a normal person, but he goes through this gladiator style lifetime. I don't know if you're familiar with the gladiator story about like the gladiator that's made into like a slave and they have to fight and they rise up through the ranks and become the hero of the society.
I have the general idea, yeah.
That's basically what happens, and he does this and he becomes friends and he gets a wife. He's in through this the gladiator thing. He actually merges Bruce Banner's intelligence with the Hulk, so he can be like both at the same time.
How about another good one? The original, or not but the Guardians of the Galaxy movie.
Oh, I love those.
The second one was good, in my opinion. It wasn't
The
quite
second
as
one wasn't as good, but
it wasn't
still,
as good as the first, but it was still a good movie.
Yeah.
I love those movies.
But as I was saying, because this is where it gets sad. He raises up and he becomes this hero and he makes all the slaves and all this, and then the spaceship he came on blows up and obliterates the planet, killing his wife who is pregnant.
So they're not quite just as powerful as him then. Just saying, because he can't die. They all kind of died.
He survived. Luckily, he will. It does a plot twist. Not all of them died. A couple of them made it out. But most of the planet died, including his wife and his.
That sucks.
Or his unborn baby, because all he wanted to do was have a normal life, and he'd become to get to where he could have a normal life. He had a wife. He had a baby.
Normal's boring though.
And he lost it all because of that. So he found a way, and he got back to Earth, and he thought that Tony Stark or one of the other characters had just set it to where it would blow up and kill him. So he was very pissed off. And he comes back and he just destroys all of he just goes to town and tries to destroy Earth. He's just that pissed off.
I mean, I'd be a bit annoyed, yeah.
And like he just about like almost kills all the Avengers and stuff or whatever. And then the plot twist where the other guys come back and they tell him that no, it wasn't them. It was the other people that had survived on the planet.
Plot twist
had been the ones that armed it to blow up. And it's like this big dramatic thing, and it's really sad. Highly recommend the comic. 10 out of 10. Probably one of the best Hulk comics in existence.
10 out of 10 would rate on IGN again.
But now that we're all depressed like an onion kite themselves.
Yeah.
It's a Bo Burnham joke, by the way.
Oh, that is amusing though. That is a good one.
So with this in mind, even this story that's really great about the Hulk, it's not that original. It's very cliche. A lot of ways. It's like it's got these seemingly very predictable plot twists, and it's got literally the gladiator story, and it's like this. It's about the Hulk, which isn't that creative. It's about superheroes, and it's like it's creative in comparison to maybe say the normal standard.
Frozen.
Yes, compared to Frozen, it's very original. But
still, all you people saying Frozen was a good movie, it was trash. Okay.
It wasn't trash.
It was pretty bad, okay? It was about the most predictable movie I've ever seen personally. Just saying.
But it was.
You look at most Disney movies. So you just kill off the parents, life struggle, close person turns into a bad guy, and you find some other, like Prince Charming. Everybody sings a lot, comes back, and everybody goes happily ever after. Frozen.
It's until part 2.
Huh?
Until part 2 and there's a time warp.
Well, yeah, but, you know.
That happens in like all of them, seriously. Like something like there are time warp.
That's my point. They should make different movies. It's not that just Frozen itself is bad. It's that they've done it so many times that it's just like, I've seen this movie. I didn't have to pay to watch this movie.
The big plot twist was that it was her sister was the true love, which I think is some incestuous weird stuff going on.
Yeah, in a sense, I thought it was more of the Hans guy was more of a true love, though, not the...
But the plot twist was that he wasn't the Hans wasn't the true love.
I mean, not Hans, was it? Kristoff.
Yeah.
The guy she meets was more of a true love than Hans. Yeah, but I saw that one coming. Like, he didn't seem like a good... Like, I saw that coming. I really did. It wasn't...
I didn't see it super well. I didn't think he was going to be the true love, but I didn't think he was going to be the villain.
I didn't see him... Okay, I'll give you... I didn't see him being the main villain, but I saw him not being a good guy. I saw it definitely not working.
So back on track. Art being creative and not creative, because we talked a lot about stories and the relevance of movies and how they often fall into cliches. Do you think cliches and not being creative hurts movies?
It depends on how it's done. If it's done like Frozen, yes. If it's done as in how you talked about the Hulk stuff, I don't think so.
Well, yeah, when it's done really with a lot of quality and a lot of thought into it, and does take as many...
And tells a truly great story.
Yeah, and it doesn't just retell a story
that you haven't heard like 50 freaking times.
It doesn't take a story and tell it like SparkNotes tell it. It tells it very thought out and tries to...
Oh, but if you guys trying to pass tests, make sure you go on SparkNotes.
Oh, definitely. I've never read it.
Or like,
in
if
high
you
school,
need to read a book or something, just SparkNotes, I'm telling you. I don't read in high school. Just use SparkNotes or Quizlet.
I've never read a book for high school. I always just spark notes.
I've read like 2.
I don't read books. I can't read.
It's okay, I can't count.
Oh, dude, we can like help each other out. Maybe we should start a YouTube channel and have discussions about this kind of stuff.
I like it.
We'll call it
Dead Penguin Society.
that honestly.
You're right. Penguins aren't a very smart animal. Dead Bear Society. Bears are pretty clever. Plus, you look at certain bears like the polar bear. Probably about the deadliest thing ever. Out of all the animals I would want to fight, polar bear, dead last.
Yeah, but like bear's also like a slang term for gay men.
Yeah, so it fits.
Anyway, so when it comes to literature like books, since we're on top of books, can those be original? Because there's only so many words in the human language.
I don't really think completely that they can be. I think they can be somewhat unique compared to other books and all, but there's still going to be some thread of resemblance to something else in existence. That's just the way it almost is now. I mean, it's hard for you to be completely different than anything.
Yeah, have you ever heard that the term, if you give a monkey a typewriter, eventually in an infinite amount of time, he'll eventually write out the works of Shakespeare?
No, but logically, yeah, that's true. I mean, statistically, it seems like that'd be possible.
Yeah, if you have an infinite amount of time.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what we've gotten. We're nothing but monkeys, and metaphorically, well, I mean, technically we're the same family as them, but anyway, that's not important. That's kind of what we've done. We've made these languages, and we've kind of used all the words that exist. I mean, occasionally new words are created, but typically when new words are created, they aren't widely accepted till many, many years after they've been used.
There's even certain things written using only profanity, just like Family Reunion by Blink-182. It is literally written just using profanity, and it's, I wouldn't say it's super
not
rich.
one of a kind though. There's that's
No, my point is, that's what I'm saying. There's so many things done.
Yeah, like
it's one of those things to where there's that, and there's many other songs. I'm just saying there's not much you can do, because even all the words some people stray away from have been used to make songs. So it's
like I think it's 12 words you can't say on television or something like that, which is a very I don't think it's a song. I think it's a radio special, but yeah, like there's been people that have literally that's all the whole purpose of their thing was just to kind of say all the cuss words. And yeah, final thoughts. Can art be truly unique? And if it is, to add on to it, and if it is truly unique, is it good?
I believe to a certain extent art can be unique. 100% truly unique, I don't see. But to a certain extent, you can make something a fair bit unique compared to some other things. And then with that, if it's done well, it can be truly good. To me, it almost depends on the execution, of course, the directing and stuff of that sort for it to be truly good.
I think that art can be truly unique. When you put uniqueness in front of quality, I think it diminishes what can be there. I think you have to continuously have that quality there. And I think we need more people to chime in on this. So why don't you, listening to us, chime in your thoughts down below, and please like, share, subscribe, and thank you for listening.